Hey, what's going on? George here with a bit of a gameplay video. I haven't done a video in a long time, have I? I figure this might sort of play out as a fun scenario. Thought I might show off how some gameplay might work in Wayward Frontier Zero Falls. So, here in this video I've stumbled upon a, what looks like a pirate ship that's abandoned in space, and it looks damaged. I'm going to dock with it and see if I can't go inside. It looks like everything's in working order. So, in the game you'll often find ships sort of floating in space, maybe not quite so conveniently as this, but if you check their cargo you might find really awesome loot. Like here, for instance, I found nanite ore, which is a utility item. Basically, you can put it into a utility slot, and now, so long as that's equipped in that slot, it'll start sort of auto-repairing whatever ship I'm in. Which is very useful to have if, I can repair things I can't even reach myself. And this is even better. This is a blueprint for a much bigger, more powerful ship than this, which will give me an opportunity now to... I'm going to use this immediately. That applies it to my sort of research center and allows me to go back to my asteroid base and, well, research that technology to unlock the ship. Inside it looks like a bit damaged here. Let's see if I can get my two thrusters working. I don't really need them, but be nice to repair them. Make it a bit easier to get back home. You can see just this conduit is broken here. It's preventing power from getting... There we go. Repair the conduit, power flows back to the thruster, and there we go. Now I can turn better. That engine, on the other hand, will just have to live without. I'm still plenty fast without it. So now I'm going to take this ship and I'm going to go back to my station. And I'll dock at the station. It's up here. And show off some of the new gameplay features that I've added to the station. For one, it exists in the first place. I think the last time I did a video there wasn't a station. This station is actually placeholder. What I've done is I've taken some of the existing asteroid terrain and I've just built a station into it, which is something that's more or less possible, but the actual game is going to play from a sort of custom space station that's going to look very different from this, and it's going to be bigger and more cool and have more features. But for the interim, until I get the art to sort of make all of that work, let me show you what's going on. Here I've got these rooms look the same, but they're actually placeholders for completely different things. The first of which is the logistics screen, where you can control sort of every aspect of your space station. Here I can sort of select the ships that are docked, and if I want I can scrap them, for instance. Up in the corner you see my credits, and if I scrap them I'll get a little bit of credits back. That's not too useful. Also, for ships that you've captured, or rather, so for ships that have guns, you can equip different guns as you see fit. Depending on which guns you've unlocked, it'll allow you to apply them to whatever turret slot here. But also you can repair ships, so I've now fixed all the damage on that ship, which is pretty useful since some ships can't be fully repaired just by the crew inside them. And the nano aura device that I had would take a very long time to repair it, but then I can also reverse engineer it, which will scrap the ship effectively, but it'll give me a research job that will allow me to learn how to produce those ships. Oh, and then I guess that's the other thing, which is I can spawn ships from this menu here. I only got two right now, which is they're both sort of transport ships. That's a little sort of the civilian variant of that, which is basically an unarmed transport, and this is as close as you can be to being unarmed. It has one gun. It's a sort of a medium industrial ship, some cargo bays. It has a drill bore cannon, which is useful for asteroid mining because it allows you to attach an airlock to any asteroid and sort of walk inside. I demonstrated that in the last video, so I'm not going to cover that now. I guess I'll just go in order of what's going on here. Here we've got sort of a cartography room that lets me view what's going on in the universe. And most of the game is going to take place in this area. which I know the galaxy is basically infinite and procedural, but for the first game we're focusing all of our content on just this area, which I think, as you'll see, is going to be plenty big enough. You know, it's a single-player game going to take place in mostly one solar system, and our goal is to basically hand-make a lot of the content, so it's very dense in terms of what you can find, and then maybe later on in the future we'll expand out to other areas and add more and more onto the universe. And then also we can work on procedural generation to sort of just make the infinite universe really truly infinite, but you know, how infinite really is a universe when it's infinitely empty. Anyways, this is the research screen. As you can see, totally placeholder art. This is what you get when you are a programmer and you know that whatever you draw is going to be replaced by something that looks much better later. You end up with colored rectangles. And so that ship is just using my credits to research, and when it finishes I'll be able to build that ship. I've also got here, in this room is a matter furnace, which is how I get credits, basically. Whether I'm out asteroid mining or I just happen to have some sitting in a cargo hold here waiting for me, I can get ore, or basically anything that's valuable, and valuable in this universe means massive, and I can throw it into the matter furnace, and that will sort of recycle it. You see they're just disappearing when I do this. That's because they're going into the matter furnace, and if I go back to the logistics screen in a second, you'll be able to see that, well, actually my money's going to be still going down because of the research, but it's going to be going down slightly slower, and actually when it stops going down and starts going up, that'll mean my research has finished and I can build the new ship, which means that, and it'll also stop using money when the research is finished. In the meantime, I'll talk a bit more about what you'll be doing in the space station. So you kind of saw it. Basically, the research screen, or research center, is going to allow you to unlock basically everything that exists in Wayward Terra Frontier universe. There's tons and tons of ship holes. Basically, every ship design is going to be unlockable, so that you don't, in the early game, you're not going to be focusing on designing ships, you're going to be focusing on exploring and unlocking new ships and modifying the weapons attached to them. Later on in the game, through the research screen, you'll unlock the ability to completely design the ships from scratch. The idea is that by then you'll be a lot more familiar with how the ship design works, and you'll have an idea of what you want your ships to be like. But really, it's not, the original prototypes were totally just design a ship and then see what it can do, but that's because they were engine prototypes and not game prototypes. As far as the game goes, you can also unlock turrets, which is, the types of turrets that you can attach to your ships. You can unlock new types of missiles, you can unlock all of the modules for inside the ships, and you can also unlock recipes for items like the nanite aura or different guns, for instance. It looks like I've successfully researched this ship, so I can build it now. You can see it's a pirate variant of this ship, so it's just recolored, but it has, well, lots of guns. So, and I think, actually, I'm going to reconfigure it because, oh, right, I don't have the recipe for the bigger machine gun. Well, you know what, if I don't want to have two different types of guns, because that makes it a bit harder to hit the little squirrely ships, so I'm going to put machine guns on every single mount, and go out pirating. But the other thing I was going to say is down there is sort of the beginning of a space farm plot, which is sort of, it's going to be a crystal farming minigame that'll allow you to make resources without having to go out mining, through this sort of upgradable, farmable space crystal. Now I'm looking again, I'm very interested in this dot, because I think I'm going to try to intercept it. I'm going to do a bit of space piracy here, but before I do, I'm going to need a gun. You can't board an enemy ship and take their stuff without a good gun, and I've got some guns here. This one's a shotgun. I like shotguns, and by shotgun I mean it shoots 10 pellets for 12 damage with a decent DPS. And then I'll also, just for the heck of it, take whatever gun has the higher DPS. Looks like this one. So here's what my oh, really slow bullets, and they're purple. Kind of an ugly gun. Whatever, who cares? Not that ship. That's my old ship. I want to go up to the big pirate ship. So the idea for single player is that you've been brought to this asteroid station by the AI that's basically controlling your ship, and it brings you here and it docks you and it takes you out of cryo storage, and so you basically wake up. You wake up at this space station, and the AI tells you that it has basically decided it wants to land on that planet, and it's absolutely not allowed to land on that planet. Almost all of the military forces in this star system are here specifically to prevent anyone from landing on that planet. And so it expects you to land it on that planet, and the ship that it will be on isn't even in this yet because it's still under heavy, design. But the idea is that since you're kind of stranded in this system without any way of escaping, I mean, aside from just flying, but here, let me just show you the issue with, so if I zoom out, now, oh, I can't do anything because I left that sector. You're basically stranded in this star system, and I'm going to go really, really, really fast here to cross this sector. But the sectors are huge, and it actually is quite a lot of space to explore. And in theory, you could leave the star system, but you don't really have anywhere to go, and so you're kind of forced to help the AI land on this planet, just for lack of alternatives. But of course I'm hoping that really the player will want to explore and blow things up and upgrade technology, which is really what you're being asked to do, right? So, but the idea is, you've got to get to that planet, and there's a lot of people protecting it, and so you're going to have to fight your way there, and that means a lot of upgrading and space piracy and adventures. And most of which centered around, not revolving around, but centered around your space station, which is your base of operations for the whole thing. So, the reason I'm flying here, which, here's another open sector, okay. I'll let my ship drift for a bit. This guy is crossing interstellar space right now. He came from another star system. So he's going really fast, but he's coming towards me, and I want to intercept him because, as the person who created this game, I happen to know that that dot actually represents a convoy filled with valuable, awesome loot. So let's sort of accelerate in the right direction. I know, space travel takes a long time. It's irritating. Here, I'm shooting some things. Much better, right? Anyways. I'm gonna turn off my travel drive and sort of check where I am. Okay. If I want to intercept them... Oh, do I have... Yeah, I have everything equipped properly. I want to intercept those guys, so I better get over to the other side of that system. Which means going really fast. You know, in hindsight, having planned this video as an awesome escapade of space piracy, I didn't really take into account how freaking huge space is, and the fact that I would probably spend a lot of my time just trying to get to the convoy. But such as giant areas of interstellar travel, kind of the way it breaks down. But, fortunately, convoy has now arrived, as you can see by these glowy numbers. I'm going to zoom way out here. You can see some ships. What have they got? Doesn't look like much, actually. Could it be that they are sort of boring? Maybe they don't have escorts at all. I don't know what's going on with this convoy. But I know I'm going to shoot them, and I'm going to board their ships and take their loot. Yeah, okay, so this guy's breaking off to intercept me, because he's noticed me now. But I'm not really worried about him, just a wussy little fighter. Oh, it's 3 fighters all in formation, great. Well, this is specifically why we brought the big ship. Yes. Why are you getting away? Slow down. Okay, you know what? Screw that guy. I want the big freaking transport ship. This is what I'm talking about right here. Look at this guy. Big slow one is going to have the best loot. That's my guess anyways. Look at him shooting at me. What does he think he's going to do? Actually, I can probably disable that gun. Although, I need him to slow down. Oh, that is just rude. Stop getting away! Oh! That'll do it. I guess I hit a reactor. Well, hopefully the cargo bays are intact. What did I blow off? Damn. Space piracy is hard, but someone has to do it. He's still drifting. He's going pretty fast when I blew up his reactor. I think it propelled him forward a bit even. I'm bigger than him, so if I dock and then come to a stop, it should slow him down pretty fast. Yeah, see, he's aiming his gun at me there, but I've disabled the power. I know the power conduit for that gun runs along the outer side there. And it runs along here, and so I shot out the power conduit, so it actually shouldn't have any power. Let me make sure I have my shotgun equipped. Yeah, crazy purple shotgun. I can't wait till we get to do the art pass for character weapons. Yeah, what do you guys want? I see you flying that ship. Ah! Get out of there. Shoot. He's got a gun. Okay, so he'll chase me around and shoot at me, but I'm just here for the cargo. Your ship's on fire. What are you doing? Go put the fire... Oh, no. Well, he's dead now. And... Oh, damn! Well, I pretty much overdid it on the debugging commands. I've got all sorts of awesome blueprints here. I'm just going to take... like those. It spawned a really crummy gun. And... oh, nothing in there. And probably was more loot in the other cargo bays that got blown up. But screw it, I don't care. I don't even want this ship. It could stay there. And yep, see, there's that power conduit that I shot out. That's why his gun does not work. Yeah, well, you know, you didn't want to be blown up by pirates. You shouldn't have had such sweet loot. Before I go anywhere, let's see what I got. A small frigate blueprint. fighter bomber blueprint, the autocannon turret that I wanted before, and another... Oh, so that's the interceptor and that's the frigate. Oh, I like that frigate. Okay, definitely gonna research all of those immediately. So, because I used them immediately, they're officially applied and I can't lose them. But everything else in my inventory will be lost if I die, and that would happen if, for instance, my ship blew up. I don't think... Oh, I can activate the travel drive. Nice. Usually the travel drive is blocked by proximity, so if other ships are nearby, I can't use it. But because I killed everyone in that ship, it doesn't count anymore, which frees me up to fly home really fast. But basically, you know, now I would go back to my base and research those technologies, maybe configure a new ship. Actually, here, why don't I fly at ultra high speed into... oh, shoot. I really wanted to show you me crashing into that ice asteroid and dying a horrible death, but I was looking at the inside of my ship when I crashed, so that's too bad. Anyways, point is, it respawns me back at home when I died. I lost everything in my inventory, but so these things are... There's the thing I've already researched, it says complete, and here's the new things that I've unlocked, and so now I can research and build those ships. Basically, the interceptor is that little ship that you saw fighting me, and then there's a cruiser, and maybe I'll show off more next time, but that's how space piracy will work in Wayward Terran Frontier, and maybe next time I'll show you some awesome digging in asteroids again. We can talk a bit more about space farming. But hope you enjoyed watching, and I don't know, see you later.